All right, boys, and we're back. It's the Card Pantheon podcast. Chris, we still don't have a name for this thing.
It's the podcast with no name.
Oh, the No Name podcast. I see. So anyway, for those of you who are just tuning in for the first time, this is the podcast where Chris and I, who are part owners in Card Pantheon, visit us on cardpantheon.com. Just talk about the nerdy things we've done for the week, and we just kind of nerd out in general. And yeah, so Chris, is there anything you'd like to say to the audience?
Only cool kids allowed. No, I'm joking.
For real though, for real. If you ain't a cool kid, you can't be in the club.
Yeah, and the nerdy people are the coolest type.
Exactly. So, Chris, did you do any research or did you think about what the first keyword ever used in Magic the Gathering was?
I thought long and hard. I looked into the night sky looking for an answer, looked at the moon, and it said no, you hate you. Is it something like aggro or something?
No. So actually, the first keyword, so there's a hot debate in the Magic community because apparently if you're talking before the game was released, the first key term is something like flying or something like that. But if you're talking official, like, concept and everything, where they like introduced it to Wizards of the Coast, the first keyword that was used was first strike, which is essentially, do you know what first strike does in Magic?
No, I don't. Inform me.
So, yeah, so essentially first strike is a keyword that basically means when your monster is attacking another monster, your monster's attack goes first. So in most cases in Magic, say you attack with a monster and your opponent blocks your monster, they exchange damage at the same time. So Magic cards have two attributes, one for toughness and one for strength. If your toughness is reduced to 0, that monster dies. So in a normal clash, say you had a 1/1 monster versus another 1/1 monster, those would both exchange damage at the same time and both would kill each other because they each have 1 strength and each have only 1 toughness. But in the case of first strike, if you have a 1/1 creature and then a 1/1 creature with first strike, the 1/1 creature with first strike actually survives because they do their damage first.
Very nice. Very sneaky too.
Yeah, it's very underhanded, or not necessarily underhanded, but very, like you said, sneaky. So I'm walking away from the computer right now. Can you still hear me?
Yep, I can still hear you.
Perfect. So we are still waiting on someone to find the dancing zombies in the first 2 episodes of this podcast. But there's going to be another dancing zombie somewhere hidden in this podcast episode. And this is the prize the lucky winner will get next time.
Hoopa.
Hoopa. So yeah, you can get a Hoopa V box. Pretty cool. Has the oversized card, has actually the Hoopa V, and then I think it's 4 packs in here. Pretty good value.
And all you got to do is watch, you guys. It's not easy.
Yeah. All you guys got to watch, all you guys got to do is watch and be the first one to tag the timestamp that you first see the zombie. And I swear he's there in both episodes. But in other news, we got another booster box, Chris.
Hooray.
So this one is Yugioh. This is kind of my bread and butter. It's the Grand Creator set, so it's like 2 sets old now, but I still like opening these packs. This is actually a side set, not a main set. So there isn't too much crazy in it, but this is where you get the Adventure Engine, which is a crazy good negation engine, basically, in Yu-Gi-Oh! So, there we go. So yeah, so we're gonna get this open. Ooh. I really struggled to open it. I am slightly ashamed of myself. So while we're getting this all set up, I'm going to pose another question to you, Chris. This time, it's going to be about Pokemon.
Oh, I can answer that.
Can you, though? All right. So when Pokemon first became a TCG and came here to America and everything, who was the one that actually printed the cards for Pokemon? Like, what company picked them up?
Originally, wasn't it Wizard of the Coast?
God damn it, Chris. We were going to cuck the audience again. Okay, yes, you are correct. It was Wizards of the Coast. Well, audience, I guess you're not getting cut this episode. Chris came through for you guys.
Yeah. No, I actually have some of the original base set.
Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
I even kept the plastic wrap on some of them.
Ooh, fancy. Okay. Well then, since that happened, that took up like a good. I plan on that taking up a good couple minutes of our time, just you trying to make random guesses like usual.
Got him.
So, in that case, I guess we're just going to move on and talk about what attracts us to the nerdy things that we're attracted to. Is it the art, the strategy, the accessibility to it? Like, me and you both grew up in a small town, right? Like, you would agree to that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, like, we didn't have access. Like, there wasn't really a comic book store in our county, let alone our town, right?
Yep.
The only way we got, like, Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Magic cards was going to Walmart.
Sadly, yeah.
There was a small card shop for a while. I forget what the actual name was, but it was owned by an older couple, and the woman that ran it most of the time was named Stacy. So I just always call it Stacy's Card Shop. She used to do Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments, and she gave me my first Pokemon cards, actually. She used to be down what is it, the Brick Oven Pizza? Do you remember that place in Middletown?
Oh yeah. Oh gosh, it's all flooding back to me. Yeah.
Her card shop used to be like right on that alleyway. Like, so my parents used to take me there like after school, and I would pick out packs. But the first time we stumbled in there, like, I forget why we were even in there, but like Stacy just thought I was an adorable like 5-year-old, and she gave me my first pack of Pokemon cards.
That's adorable. Oh my god.
She even gave me a sleeve because I pulled a Sandshrew, because it was before you were guaranteed rares or anything in a pack. I pulled a Sandshrew, and I really like Sandshrew, and I got super excited, so she gave me a hard sleeve to protect it.
Oh.
And it wasn't even like a valuable card or anything. It was just like Sandshrew was amazing.
It was yeah. Honestly, it's those kind of connections that really keep you vested in the game. Like, yeah, you can watch the anime and stuff, but it's comes down to like the human interaction. Like, yeah.
So Chris, side 1 or side 2?
You know what? Let's switch it up. Let's do number 2.
Okay. But yeah, so what attracted you? First of all, tell the audience what type of nerdy things, like, what have you been into since childhood?
So honestly, it's always been kind of Pokemon for me. Grew up and like you said, in a super small town. Before that, I grew up in Southern California. Whoa, I'm digging the colors on this one. Whoa.
But anyway, so continue.
Yeah, so you know, back in 96 when Pokemon Red and Blue came out, I was just immediately hooked. The whole entire premise of gotta catch them all really sunk its claws in my impressionable mind. And ever since then, it's been really awesome being able to open packs. And you know, originally when the Wizard of the Coast, wasn't it illustrated by Ken Sugimori for some of those base cards?
Yeah, most of the original sets were illustrated by him.
And as I got older and stuff, it was still cool revisiting those artworks, and you know, keeping a little piece of history in a shoebox, honestly. And that for me was just kind of like the beginning of the passion. Was, you know, right around the corner, Yu-Gi-Oh started getting immensely popular with the anime. And I remember, especially in grade school, everyone was trading Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, and it was almost like a like underhanded. Like people would like hand cards through three different people, and then you get the card back. And I remember just being in fifth grade and thinking like, wow, this is so awesome that I finally collected so much of the ones that I've been missing, or because I grew up pretty poor, so I wasn't able to buy all the packs that I wanted, but I did get the original base set where you got like two decks essentially.
Uh-huh.
And it was just me and my sister that would play like nonstop with these cards, because it was easy enough for her to understand because she's a little bit younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what solidified me in that card game ethos, honestly. But passing it on to you, what got you initially started with it?
So I have to go like way back. So the first thing that actually got me started, we talked about last podcast episode. My brother's friend who worked at Walmart stole a case of Magic the Gathering cards and gave it to me.
That's right.
So right then and there, I was like super hooked on just collectible card games. And then like I grew up. I didn't actually play Red and Blue. My first Pokemon game was actually Gold and Silver.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. Did not know that.
Yeah. I wasn't actually a Gen 1er. My parents weren't really big on buying me video games when I was super young. Like I had consoles, but they were mainly because I had older siblings. And like Pokemon wasn't really their cup of tea. They were significantly older than me.
Okay.
So like my first exposure to Pokemon was the anime. Which resulted in me getting into Pokemon just purely because I like Pikachu, basically.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was saying earlier about Stacy's Card Shop, one of my favorite Pokemon was actually Sandshrew. I don't know why. I have no reason really why Sandshrew just was.
He's a cutie. Yeah.
Yeah. And then when Yu-Gi-Oh came out, I was instantly hooked because I didn't really know how to play. Ooh, Rite of Artemisir. This is a pretty good card.
Oh, nice. Good pull.
Yeah. I'm gonna set that off to the side. Anyway, Yu-Gi-Oh is what really got me hooked, though. The anime was great, and I didn't really know how to play Pokemon, but like the Yu-Gi-Oh anime, even though the rules were really bad, kind of showed you how to play the fucking card game.
It gave you an idea in broad brushstrokes of how
Yeah. So like by the time Yu-Gi-Oh came into the like forefront, I was a little bit older, had some of my own money from doing like chores and that sort of thing. And then to top it off, my parents were more willing to buy me stupid stuff like that because I could actually take care of my stuff at that point. I wasn't ripping up $6,500 Mana Vault cards.
Still so sad.
Yeah, dude, I could have bought a house. But anyway, so yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh was really my starting point. Like I collected Pokemon cards, but Yu-Gi-Oh was my starting point. I literally got in trouble from the school principal because I was hustling kids out of their lunch money for like shitty Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Of course.
Like my fucking mom had to go talk to the principal because I got in trouble because too many kids kept complaining about not having lunch money. And it was all linked back to me selling like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards and being like, oh yeah, for your $3, I'll sell you this card. And it was all profit for me at the time because like my parents were buying me the cards,
Yeah. See, this is the groundwork for our card empire.
Yeah. So at my elementary school, Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards were banned, and it was mainly because of me. I
in like a small trench coat, like you want to buy cards.
So I also got gel pens banned for a little while from my elementary school. So I'm not a good artist, right, Chris? You can vouch for me. Like I cannot draw.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But my parents bought me one of those huge packs of gel pens. You know the ones I'm talking about, like the ones that had like literally 100 different colors.
Oh yeah, I'm very
So,
familiar with it.
yeah. So one of my friends was a pretty good artist. So for a while, we had like a back alley tattoo parlor with the gel pens where basically I supplied the gel pens and my friend would draw the pictures on people. And like we would charge like $1 or $2 and we would split the profits like 50-50, you know? And kids started going home with like tattoos all over their face and all over their arms and stuff from these gel pens, and parents got mad. So they told the principal about it, and once again it got traced back to me and my friend. And yeah, so gel pens got banned for a little while.
The grind doesn't stop, you know?
Right? Dude, even when I was a little kid, I was still trying to find a way to make a quick buck. So I should have fucking bought 2 booster boxes because I forgot how quickly I opened up Yu-Gi-Oh! Since I know what everything does.
That's fair. It seems like we're getting a lot of hollows, right?
Yeah, well, that's Yu-Gi-Oh! In general. Every pack, for the most part, will contain a hollow in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Okay.
It's like, doesn't Pokemon do that too?
Yeah. It's usually a hollow, and then sometimes the full splash art, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, so I wish Yu-Gi-Oh! Did full arts.
Yeah, but they need the text though.
That's right. They're
the paragraph.
essay. Yeah, their essay worth of text. Like, look at this card. Hang on.
Yeah, that's
just a lot of words.
Yeah, but
it's not
links to the strategy though. Yeah.
Yeah, but that particular card's not even good, and it has that many words. Like no one uses that card, literally. Meanwhile, this card was banned for a while. Hang on. Can you hang on?
Oh, yeah, it's like 2 sentences.
Yeah, it's like 2 sentences. A long time ago, Konami found out the simpler you make a card, the more broken it is. Like, for example, a card like Pot of Greed literally just says draw 2 cards. It's been banned since the ban list was invented.
Yeah, it's funny because like Pokemon has the same kind of concept, but I don't think it ever got banned. It's like Professor Oak, like draw like 7 cards until for your hand or something like that.
This light really isn't doing it. There we go.
Maybe. Yeah, you just gotta lower it. Yeah, it's got like radiance of like red and blue, and it's nice.
Yeah, that's another actually really good card. We'll leave that off to the side too. But yeah, like draw mechanics are just so much more different in Pokemon versus Yu-Gi-Oh! Because like Pokemon, in order for you to be able to do anything with a Pokemon, you have to draw into energy. Mm-hmm. In Yu-Gi-Oh, you can play a monster, and unless that monster has a special condition, it just like can be played to its full extent, you know?
Oh yeah.
All right, so we opened up all that. You know what? I wasn't going to open this, but let's do an unboxing of a deck box.
Heck yeah.
So, Chris, tell me what you know about deck boxes.
I know that they're decks and they're in a box form.
All right, not quite. Close. They are a box designed to protect your valuable decks. So, you know, when you tell me this, Chris, when you were in school, in elementary school, and you were bringing your Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon deck to school, were you that kid that put a rubber band around all the cards and then put them inside a sandwich baggie and kept them in your pocket?
For the first year that they came out, yes, and then I figured I'll get a binder when I could afford it. But yeah,
okay,
there was a broccoli band that I used.
So yeah, the deck box is to help protect your valuable cards because we are spending a lot of money on these cards that we play with. So this one is a Boulder Ultimate Guard. Ultimate Guard is one of the better premium brands. So this guy was, I believe, $15.99. But it has two compartments: the main deck compartment and a compartment for dice. And what I like about Ultimate Guard products is they're generally pretty hard to open. So that means your cards won't fall out.
Secure.
So, yeah, let's see this here. Give me a second. So this is empty, but it's not opening no matter how hard I shake it. So what I'm going to do, actually, Chris, keep the people occupied while I go run and grab a deck.
Now that he's finally gone. No, I'm just joking. I hope you guys are enjoying the podcast. Honestly, it's been a lifelong dream of everybody here at Card Pantheon to start this. I mean, honestly, we've always been into video games and nerd culture. So to be able to celebrate that and, you know, spend an hour with you guys, it's always a pleasure, to be honest. And is that an Alice in Wonderland?
It is. So this is my real deck box. This is my main one. I'm going to switch cameras. So this is made by Gemtech Designs, which is like a premium custom deck box company and accessories. The light's not right now. I need the brighter light. So that's the inside. It's like an anime version of Alice and the Cheshire Cat. But yeah,
That's
Alice in Wonderland.
Slick.
Yeah, Alice in Wonderland is one of my favorite IPs of all time. So this is where I keep my Yu-Gi-Oh deck. Just in case anyone wants to see what I'm running. It's the Flounder East strategy. It's a really annoying strat. Most people hate me for it, but it's a really good deck. This deck is probably about a $600 deck, maybe a little bit less. This card alone, Chris, Hot of Prosperity, is like $130 card. And it plays 3 of them.
Dang.
But yeah, so what I am actually going to do is I'm going to fill this up with my super valuable deck. And we're going to make sure it's good and heavy. Okay. So this thing is super heavy. And it has another tray for dice. So we're going to make sure that's nice and heavy. While I'm doing all this, though, Chris, what TCG do you think has the best artwork?
Oh, it's really difficult because I it's like choosing which is your favorite child. Honestly, if I had to give it like 1% more, I like the clean look of Pokemon cards.
Okay.
But I love the illustration of the Yu-Gi-Oh ones as well. I mean, some of them are just so dynamic and it's hard to say, but I think for me, at least aesthetically, the way that they have like the yellow borders and it's something familiar for me. Whenever I pick one up, I instantly know it's probably going to be Pokemon. But I mean, with your opinion, I'm sure it's more nuanced than just me with my simple mind.
No, I mean, that's a great answer. Okay. So, I might have overloaded the dice tray, actually. It might be too tall. I have to take out the D20. There we go. All right. So that's all loaded up. Before we do the shake test of death on this thing, yeah, so I'm going to have to give it to Magic the Gathering, actually. And let me explain. So Yu-Gi-Oh literally just takes images from the anime franchise So they reuse these over and over. So I can't even like, say, oh, they put in a lot of effort. Of course they did. It's making them millions of dollars through multiple versions of media,
True.
Same with Pokemon. The character design and everything. I will say Pokemon's really unique in that they have different art styles. So I will give that up to Pokemon. I think the art styles are dope. But overall, the art in general, the art style, the art direction, all that jazz, I have to give to Magic because like they have no other. They have like comic books and stuff that are based on the cards and whatnot, but they don't have like an anime or a manga that is giving them more money. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's a more focused approach for those cards. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's specifically made for the game. The artists are all different, so every single art, each card is going to be a little bit different. Artists do return and do multiple cards, but yeah. So I'm going to say Magic the Gathering has the best art.
That's completely fair. Yeah.
But yeah, so you saw me load up my very expensive deck and some dice into this box, and you saw me open it live on camera. So I've never done this before. So,
ooh, shaking it like a shake weight.
it's not.
That is pretty snug.
Hang on. There's another rumor I've heard about these Boulder boxes that I want to test. Hang on. We're going on a trip, Chris.
Whoa.
All right. Can you see the deck box?
Yes, I can.
I've been told I can stand on it and it won't die.
This is marketing at its finest.
Hang on. I'm getting a chair to support my fat ass because I can't balance on one foot.
Oh. What the heck is that made out of?
So there you have it. Ultimate Guard, deck box. You're goated as fuck.
Yeah, no, I gotta pick me up one. Get some of those stuff in reminders.
I wish our shop sold them, but unfortunately we do not. But most of your local game stores will sell them. So I highly recommend you go and pick them up. And like, just in case it wasn't obviously clear, obviously we are selling stuff to make money. But at the same time, I'm just doing it for the fun of it. I don't know why I put that chair there in my desk chair back. But seriously, like, go support your local game store. They have lots of dope accessories, just like this Ultimate Guard deck box. Or if you're a crazy madman like me and like to wake up at 1 a.m. because these are limited edition, you pick up one of these from Gemtech.
No, the inside, the lining for the artwork, amazing.
Oh yeah. So just to make it clear, this is my everyday. I'm going to my close by tournament deck box. This would be something like I'm flying to a tournament and I'm throwing this into my backpack.
No, absolutely. I mean, it sells itself at this point. Yeah.
Yeah. So Ultimate Guard, if you catch this, please hit us up. I would be more than happy to tote your wares on our shop and also do videos like that every once in a while if you like them.
No, that was an amazing demonstration.
But yeah, so boy, I'm just flying through these openings. I'm just so excited, I guess. So Chris, you mentioned you wanted to take a moment in the next episode and talk about us, like talk a little bit so our audience gets a chance to know us. So I formulated a few questions and I think you're going to enjoy them. And I think our audience will enjoy them. So we're going to start off pretty big right off the bat. All right, so Chris, would you say you're a Pokemon fan?
Yes.
Would you say we all live in a Pokemon world?
Yes. I mean, the world's populated by actual like animals, so I just call them Pokemon. So
um, so then, Chris, if you could be a gym leader, what typing would your gym be?
okay, so I thought long and hard about this, and I had a two-way tie for first place in my heart.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Is it a bug type or rock type so you could be Shuckle?
okay, so the first one is I've always had a fondness for electric type.
Okay.
I've always liked the speed dynamic of it. Some of like the again, yellow's one of my favorite colors too. Um, and I love status effects when it comes to Pokemon. So I always like the idea of paralysis. One being the fact that it halves Pokemon speed, so you already get a pretty hefty advantage. But then there's a chance that I think what is it, 33% chance that they can't move that turn either.
Yep, every status effect that has like an additional thing like paralysis has a 33.3% chance of doing its effect.
Yeah, and I mean I've played most of the Pokemon games, and I always thought the electric type trainers were by and far the coolest. Like Lieutenant Surge, I mean, come on, it's like a Guile ripoff with his Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt.
Right, Joe. It sounded almost like Joey in a sense.
Maybe
But
it was the same actor.
oh, maybe. But yeah, electric has always had like a really fond place in my heart. But if I had to do a runner-up thing, it would definitely have to be like bug poison, like almost like Koga back in the Elite Four.
Mm-hmm.
Again, harpening back onto the status effect, I always thought poison was a pretty cool attribute. Like literally seeing your opponent's health just deplete and you don't have to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought that was a cool aspect of it. But yeah.
And what would your gym's gimmick be? Like, what would it be designed like?
Oh yeah. So for the electric gym, I always thought of like I always hated Lieutenant Surge one because it's just like flipping a switch, which is kind of like lame.
Why
But
were they hating trash cans, by the way?
yeah, it's just trash cans in the lobby. Can you imagine 30 trash cans? Like, come on, fight me. No, but I always thought it'd be cool to, and I'll have to sketch it out later because it sounds weird when I put it out. But I always thought it'd be cool to have like a Pikachu statue or like Voltorb or whatever the main electric type Pokemon I'd have, and have like a circuit board essentially, and having to press tiles to get it to complete the circuit. So maybe have like an 8x8 grid, and as you switch these little diodes, it would switch the direction of the current to the point where you have to get it to the end point, which would be kind of a cool little, like almost like a puzzle of sorts.
Okay. I see you. What if it was the bug poison gym?
If I did the bug poison gym, I mean, I was thinking about it earlier, and it'd be cool to do like a almost like a, if I were to do bug poison, like a kind of like Koga slash I don't know if you played X and Y, but Viola's gym.
Yeah.
How
With
she
the
had like
Yugioh?
yeah, how they had like the spider webs and everything. I think it'd be cool to do that. And like, you remember back in the good old days where you had the Saturday morning cartoons and then the cereal box, and the cereal box had that little like puzzle, like
Yeah.
something like that would be cool. And I would figure like if you hit a dead end and you were to start like the final battle, like you'd spawn with like toxic spikes or something. So like for every like wrong move you did, you got like a status effect or something. Kind of like yeah, I think that'd be kind of neat.
Okay. Yeah, no, definitely.
What about you?
So me, huh? Master has presented Dobby with sock. Dobby has never had clothing before. So I actually did give some thought to this. And it occurred to me, I feel like that 2 gym types don't get used that often. So my first one was going to be a dark gym.
Ooh.
So there's a couple dark gyms that come to mind right off the bat. I can't remember her name, but in the Lola region, she had Mimikyu, and I think that was actually a ghost dark gym. And then the other one was in what is it? Black and white. But basically, my gym. So like, I even thought about my team. So one of my favorite evolutions of all time is Umbreon.
Mm-hmm.
So Umbreon would definitely be on my team. Secondly, I would have Sableye, because I don't know if you knew this, Chris, but prior to Fairy being introduced in X and Y, Sableye had no weaknesses and took no neutral damage from any Pokemon type.
What a good spot to be in. Ooh.
Yeah, like he only took half damage. Like that's all he could. He was a fucking wall. Too bad he was so frail.
That's true. Until you got that Mega evolution.
Yeah. But anyway, after they introduced Fairy, it basically cut the fuck out of him.
That's true.
But anyway, Sableye would be on that team. The next one would be Shiftry. He's a grass dark type. He kind of looks like a shinobi.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. And then I would have Ponyard, which is like he's a steel dark type. He has like red and silver on him, and it has like
yeah,
swords. Yeah, he has like swords for hands. Anyway, and then I would have Honchkrow, favorite all-time dark flying type.
Like a boss, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I like that he has a little like fedora mafia hat. Just fucking love that. And are we playing by rules where we have to duplicate one Pokemon like most gym leaders do, or can I have a unique team of 6?
I mean, it's your gym. You do what you got to do.
Okay, I'm gonna cheat a little bit here. I want Mega Gyarados.
Oh.
So Gyarados is only a water type, water flying technically. But when he Mega evolves, he gains the dark typing.
That's true. That's true.
So I don't know. Do you think that's cheating? If you think it's cheating, I have a backup.
No, I mean, that's completely fair because Pokemon doesn't have rules really. I mean, think about it. Lance had like Charizard and he was only fire.
Yeah. But I mean, everyone knew Charizard was supposed to be a dragon, right?
Yeah, but you know, if it's gonna fit the aesthetic, I say it's good to go. Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, so that would be my team if I was the dark gym. And I went kind of lazy, and basically my whole gym was going to be pitch blackness, and it wouldn't even let you use flash inside of it. Instead, what would happen when you would bump into a trainer, you know, one of the trainers that were guarding basically me, if you beat them, they would tell you a riddle about how to get to a light switch that would light up a portion of the gym.
Oh, see, no, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So that would be my dark gym. The second typing that I chose actually was ice typing.
Ice is underrepresented for sure.
Yeah. So I could only think of Wolfric from Hoenn, Ruby and Sapphire.
There was also Bryce in Silver and Gold, but he was so forgettable. He was the 7th gym leader before.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're
but
right.
he only had like a Swinub and a Mamoswine, I think. It was kind of underwhelming.
I do kind of remember that now. So, and my team would be Glaceon, Abomasnow, Walrein. That's the evolved form of Spiel.
Oh, that's right, with the mustache.
Yeah, the Walrus. I cheated and said I'd include Articuno on the team. Jinx, And what was, I couldn't remember the name to save my life. The fossil Pokemon that's rock ice, and it looks like a freaking Bronchiosaurus or something with a long neck.
Oh, it starts with A.
It does start with an A. I couldn't remember to save my life, but that was the sixth Pokemon on that team.
That would be a good team comp, honestly.
Yeah,
Like,
and my Mega Evolution was Abomasnow.
yeah, I kind of wish that Pokemon would go wild sometimes and just become like how Blue just had whatever Pokemon. Like there was no typing either. But I get
Yeah.
the aspect of like training and to overcome this element, you know.
Mhm. But yeah, and then my gimmick for the gym would be something to the effect of where you have to have your Pokemon no dig, and they would dig into the ice, and it would pop up somewhere random. So you'd have to dig in the right squares all through to get to the right path.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. I just didn't want to do the typical ice gym. The couple ice gyms I could think of made you like slide around until you got it right. And I always hated that mechanic. I always hated the slide mechanic.
Yeah. Yeah, no, me too. Because honestly, there was a cave before you got to Bryce's gym in gold and silver. We're just frustrating because you had to use strength to put down boulders, and then it would stop you, and it was just too much. It stopped my progression a lot. And I remember
giving up sometimes.
My batteries were like on like low, and I was just like, I can't figure it out.
Yep. No, it's like the worst thing ever when you fall into that situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I do have a question, Chris. I'm really surprised. Did you, when you for your teams, were you thinking of Shuckle at all?
Okay, yeah, I was for the bug poison gem, yeah.
But he's not bug. I mean, he's not bug poison. He's bug rock.
Yeah, but he's bug enough for me.
He's bug. Would he be your boss mon?
Yeah, I was gonna do something crazy like a assault vest Shuckle with like infestation.
So you're going to be that. You're going to be freaking Winry.
Yeah, I was just gonna,
or not Winry, Whitney.
Yeah.
With her fucking Miltanks just walling up.
Yeah, it was either that or Shell Smash with the white herb. Proceed to roll out or something. But yeah, no, I've always loved Shuckle, especially because my love for the color combination, the yellow and the red. But just the fact that he's just a little goofy boy that has an incredible amount of defense. I just wish his attack was a little bit more. But I mean, for stalling and everything, he's hand down one of the funniest little guys.
So I got one more thing to open, only because I'm used to opening things the whole time. So this is a pre-constructed Magic the Gathering Commander deck, but I figured it wouldn't hurt to open up. So they send a special pack in these. As soon as I get this out. So I figured I'd give this an open. So it's a like whatchamacallit. It is a promo pack for the collector's edition of Magic the Gathering.
Oh.
Which is needlessly expensive, so I never buy them. But I figure it's worth opening. So this promo pack only has 2 Magic cards in it. But we're going to wait a second, and we're going to talk. Speak about cards, Chris. I have a double question. What do you think is the ugliest artwork you've ever seen in a card? And what is the most beautiful or coolest artwork?
Oh, man. So it's hard because like I fluctuate sometimes about like in my life, like there's been times where it's like, oh, this is the best artwork ever, but then I grow up and it's like, oh, what am I thinking? I think one of my most hated ones as of right now was the EVGX. I don't know. We'll have to edit it and put it on the screen like as big as we can. But just the face and just the general like aesthetic of it makes my skin crawl for some reason. Like it's a cursed image. And
You mean the
then
Eevee that you shared with me?
yeah.
Yeah,
Ugh.
that thing's awful.
And then another one was I forget, it was I think it was the second like Neo Genesis of Pokemon, and there was a card. We'll put it in post, but it was like a goop machine, and
That sounds like an
it just
awful
I don't know
card.
when I got it in a booster pack, I was like, the hell is this? It doesn't even look aesthetically like anything else. And there's a couple of other cards that resembled it as well, but just the artwork looked like something like a what's that game called? Katamari?
Uh huh.
Like that bubbly, weird looking stuff. And I was just like, I don't know if I can get behind this. But of course, the ones I love the most are the Shoko cards, honestly. I
Hmm.
love there was a claymation of him that when he was like fighting type, and I love that card to death. I have it somewhere around. Um, and I always had like a affinity for that Mew card that you got from watching the Pokemon 2000 the movie.
Uh huh. The
For
ancient
some
Mew.
Yeah, I've always thought that was like a high standard for Pokemon. The way that the back is all gold and gray. Something about the color combination, and then just turning it around and seeing like this like almost hieroglyphic Mew.
Hmm.
That was always kind of like whoa, because even in the movie, it's like this ancient Pokemon, and it added to that kind of mythos, I think. And
You mean this
obviously,
Mew?
yeah, see, like that to me like invokes, especially when you're a kid, like so many different possibilities, like what does it mean and all this stuff before the internet. um
Well, it's even better because at the end of that movie, remember the whole the crazy collectors collection started with that Mew card.
yeah, exactly, it added to this like the lore. It increased it out, and I think if a card can do that, it's pretty high up there with me, especially aesthetically.
Oh yeah, definitely. So this is my original from when I went and saw the movie with my parents.
Oh yeah.
I actually have three of these. This one's open. The other two are still sealed in their little plastic sleeves. Because every time I went with my parents obviously didn't care, but they still got the free promo stuff.
See, smart big brain move right there.
Yeah. But yeah, this is my original copy. I keep it very close to me. Um, this, and there's one other card. Do I have it actually near me or is it in my nightstand? Anyway, continue, Chris. I'm cutting you off.
No, you're good. Yeah, for me it's a mixture of color combination and just kind of like that childhood whimsy, if you will, that some of these cards kind of invoke. Yeah, like the basic Pikachu, where he's just a big boy. Oh yeah.
So, and then this is from Pokemon, the first movie. It's the Pikachu promo.
Gosh, that artwork, the lightning bolt and the black background. Just looking at the original Pikachu, like it's burned in my mind. Like if
Mm-hmm.
I were blindfolded and had to recreate it, it's like, yeah, there's a purple background, there's two trees, the gnaw for 10
Uh huh.
damage. But yeah, it's one of those that's so iconic because I remember just sifting through it and being like, whoa, this must be like super expensive, and then realizing it's the most common card.
Yeah, but it's still that, like you said, it's that whimsy, that craziness.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's something that's always drawn me to cards. It's like you almost make up your own head canon sometimes with cards, especially when you're younger. Seeing the holographic Charizard and just thinking like, oh, this is the best card. I'm gonna win all the all the matches. But yeah, I mean, I'm always a sucker for that Gen 1 stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like the original like Mewtwo card as well. I keep like by my desk because it's like, oh my god, I'm gonna be a Pokemon master now. Yeah, I mean, I've kept all sorts of cards. I have like a holographic Mr. Mime still in the plastic wrap. I always thought this was going to be, I saved this one because I thought, oh my gosh, it's a first edition Machamp in the plastic cellophane. I'm going to be rich one day.
For
Yeah,
some reason, that did not increase in value. I don't know why, actually.
I don't know either. But I mean, again, I know it's second edition, but that Scyther card has always been, really, really cool. But yeah, just looking back on it, it's like little pieces of history. And when that aesthetic and childhood whimsy all kind of coalesce together, there's nothing greater, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, what about you, John? Like, what are some of the highlights and lowlights for you when it comes to, just the aesthetic of cards?
Yeah, for sure. Give me 1 second, actually. I'm digging for something. I know, super unprofessional. I didn't have anything prepared.
No worries, honestly.
So, my original favorite artwork was actually the Ancient Mew, followed by the Pikachu, and then the Fat Pikachu. My new favorite artwork, though, is something we opened up last time on the show, Chris.
Ooh.
Do you remember me being super hyped about this guy?
Oh yeah, the flying. Oh yeah, I remember. How could I not?
So yeah, so all joking aside, I really think Magic has the best artwork, but my favorite artwork still goes to the Ancient Mew. For all the same reasons, like you said, though, it's like iconic in so many ways. It was like, as a kid, your brain can't wrap your mind around the fact that everyone's getting this card. You think you got this card.
Mm-hmm.
There was a moment, actually. I entered a Pokemon tournament a while back, and there's this like 5-year-old kid that was like, "Oh, I have this super rare card," and he did. It was I can't remember what it was. It was like a Mew VMAX or something, which is a super sought after card in the meta right now. And somebody tried to scam him by giving him like a regular Charizard card that isn't like worth that much. And like I walked up, I was like, "Hey, so that's like a $2 Charizard card. I'll buy it off you for $1.50." Like really loud so the kid heard.
Undercut it and save the kid. Yeah.
But because I thought back to myself, like when I was a kid, I totally would have traded a first edition like near mint Charizard for this fucking card here.
Yep.
Because you don't have a concept. You see a legendary Pokemon and you automatically assume that that's a rare card.
Yeah, I mean it's hyped up to be that way. So yeah, I can definitely see where unfortunate schoolyard decisions. Yeah.
Yeah, which is hilarious because I was definitely doing that to kids my own age when I was getting in trouble for slinging cards at school like crystal meth. But yeah, but I have to say, I didn't know that Eevee card was a thing until you showed me the other day. And that Eevee card is officially my least favorite artwork.
It's haunting, dude. It's like, what the heck were they thinking?
Yeah. Dude, I don't even know. It doesn't even look like anything to do with Eevee. Like yeah, really, what did it... Like, Pokemon makes some good moves sometimes, like the fucking Pokemon Go Ditto card.
Oh yeah, the peelable. Yeah,
Yeah, but then they make moves like that. Like, what are you thinking?
this will really sell. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like fucking Pokemon, man, Pokemon. It's crazy. I'm more of a Yu-Gi-Oh guy, but I still think Pokemon has the better artwork. Or has my favorite artwork. The best artwork is still Magic the Gathering, like I said.
Yeah, no, I mean honestly, I think it's just me. It's that nostalgia, just seeing the artwork and the fact that like you can immediately tell what kind of card it is by the color. I'm a really simple man. If it's purple, then yeah, it's gotta be psychic, and it's really stripped down.
I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh has that too. If it's orange or blue or light blue or purple or silver or black or yellowish vanilla color, it's a monster. If it's magenta, it's a trap. Not to be confused with the purple card, that's a monster. And if it's green / bluish green, whatever you want to call it, it's a spell card.
Yeah, let me just put a big poster.
Don't even get me started on attributes and typing, and then don't get me started on continuous spell versus counter spell versus quick play spell card versus field spell card.
Yeah, no, I'm okay.
Have you you know about the Game Grumps, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
Anyway, Danny is part of a band with his co-host Aaron called Sex the Bomb, right?
Yep.
Anyway, I don't know how much of how much of their music you've listened to, but they have on every album they release, they have one track called something to the effect of My Super Simple Plot, like game plot line or something like that. And like the gimmick is like Aaron Egoraptor is a host and he can't follow complex like plot lines to video games. So he has a talk show where like Pac-Man comes on or Frogger, and they have super simple like plots, like 2 sentences or less. And then at the end, and then all of a sudden, like Cloud Strike from Final Fantasy will come on and try to explain his plot line, and the whole song starts, about how needlessly complex it is. That's how I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh is versus like Pokemon.
Yeah, 6 prize cards or deck out, like ha ha ha. But then
Yeah.
I remember try playing Yu-Gi-Oh sometimes and just getting stalled out in the first turn. I'm like, this is fun.
Once you understand the concepts of Yu-Gi-Oh, it's really fun, I will say, but that just might be me being used to this hogwash that we call a game.
Fair enough.
The whole point of my deck that I showed you earlier is to lock people out. Here, let me show you. So you played a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh, right?
Yep.
And you know the basic concept of normal summoning a monster, right?
Yep.
So my whole deck, that's all it does is normal summons monsters. But I have 2 cards in particular that I can almost get out 100% of the time, like 98% of the time, that do 2 things. So this guy, Barrier Statue of Stormwinds, it reads, neither player can special summon monsters except for wind monsters. There aren't that many good winds, so not many people have a wind monster to go into. This guy here, he's the boss monster of the deck. He's Flounderies and Empen. He's a penguin.
Yeah. See.
And his effect, he has a few different effects. So first of all, he lets me add a Floundery spell or trap card from my deck to my hand, or deck to hand. But then secondly, another effect is your monster or any special summon monsters your opponent controls in face-up attack position cannot activate their effect. So they're basically just vanilla monsters. They don't have effects. And then, hang on, he has a third effect that if he's doing battle with with an opponent's monster, I can banish a card from my hand and cut that monster's attack and defense in half. So this guy has 2,700 attack. So for someone to beat this monster in a straight up fight, they have to have 5,500 attack.
Dang. Yeah, no, that's rough.
So my whole deck just says no.
You must be super popular at those tournaments.
Oh, dude, they hate me. But everyone knows me. Everybody knows me. I think I told you. I probably I don't want to sound like that guy. I don't know if I could have got first place, but I entered a $1,000 prize tournament a while back and got to top 4. So like the 4 of us had been exhausted from playing matches all day, and we just decided to split the prize pool.
That's kind of a nice option, to be honest, because who knows how long that would have lasted.
Dude, we had been going already for like 4 hours. It was easily another 2 hours to go.
Yeah, I'd settle for 4th if everyone else got 4th.
Yeah, so like in theory, I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to sound like that guy, but I really think I had a good shot of winning. But I was more than happy to take a slightly smaller prize.
And the fact that you're even getting to that like level is really like an accomplishment in itself. Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, so we got off topic pretty hard there, but
that's what podcasts are. Yeah.
Right. We haven't done our celebrity nerd of the week. Chris, have you heard of Keanu Reeves?
Yes. Who hasn't, honestly?
Right. You know, John Wick, aka The Matrix, aka Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Mr. You're breathtaking.
Yeah. Honestly, one of the best human beings on the planet. I don't know what Canada did to deserve him, and I don't know what planet Earth did to deserve him. But Keanu Reeves, what you know, multiple people have tried to make a live action Cowboy Bebop, right?
Yep.
Did you know Keanu Reeves is a huge Cowboy Bebop fan, and he was going to make it?
You know, I would have gladly accepted him as Spike, honestly. I think the demeanor he has, I think he's got the body proportions that really would flesh out that character, because you know, Spike does a lot of kicks, and Keanu's pretty spry even for doing those John Wick's movies, you know. So I could totally see him fulfilling that role.
But do you know what stopped him?
That I don't know.
So 2 things stopped him. So he tried to make a live action Cowboy Bebop movie twice. One time he got stopped due to money. The second time, I'm about to say your favorite word probably after these last 2 years. It got stopped due to Corona.
No.
Yeah, he had the money, he had the cast and crew, and he was going to start production. And then COVID hit, and then Hollywood tanked, and then he had to give up on Cowboy Bebop, and then Netflix did their live action.
Honestly, if I had to make the Cowboy Bebop, the first 2 people that came to mind was Keanu Reeves, obviously as Spike, and I can't remember the actor's name, but the guy who played Mr. Gibbs from in the Pirates of the Caribbean movie, Captain Jack's like right-hand man. He would have been a great bet, honestly. He had the sideburns already. You just give him a metal arm, and I think he had the range to play that kind of rough policeman officer kind of thing. So, but Netflix has its own money and ideas.
Man, I'm going to count that as a slight against Netflix, because this was going to be the first episode we didn't talk shit about Netflix. Wait, no! No way! I fucking love this thing. I got it at Costco.
I got mine at Target, and it's just so nice.
I like how it clamps on, but doesn't hurt your finger when you clamp it.
Yeah, actually, it's Scotch. If you want to support the channel, we're more than happy to just clip these on for of the afternoon.
Scotch. Seriously, I use your products to mail out all of our cards. Support us.
Yeah, I do a lot of stop motion, so just having a little bit of tape to like make sure things stick. I'm Squidward. I'm Squidward.
No, I'm Squidward. Oh, that was weird.
But
why is it when I get with you, I become a 5-year-old, Chris?
It's that child at heart, like, yeah, we're grown-ups now, but imagination and that will never die,
Mm-hmm.
But yes, Keanu Reeves, Cowboy
Yeah,
Bebop.
Keanu Reeves, Cowboy Bebop. Not to mention, The Matrix is based on anime. Like, that's where they got a lot of their inspiration. I mean, John Wick is essentially just a main anime character, like that is raging out because someone killed his dog.
Yeah. If they're to do a crossover like that, I could totally see it. Yeah.
But yeah, so Keanu Reeves, nerd of the week.
Yeah, honestly, if I could age as gracefully as he does, then I'm all set. Yeah.
Oh, his favorite city, he has said his favorite city in the world is Akihabara in Japan.
Oh, nerd.
Right? Yeah, I read about that actually. I didn't know that until after I said we were going to talk about him. I knew about some of the other stuff, but the Akihabara thing is pretty amazing. So Keanu Reeves is kind of like that live action anime character, it feels like in real life. Do you feel like every group can be broken down into anime character? Like every person has their anime character like typing?
Oh, like an archetype or something of that.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of it falls into tropes, but I mean, even Western media has,
All right. So the rest of the crew is at some point going to end up on these podcasts, I'm sure. So I want you to classify each person that's part of the Card Pantheon family.
Oh. Oh man. I mean, I feel like I feel like the dopey side character sometimes because man, I'm just not always 100% there. Gosh, I don't know. It's hard because I've known him. We've known each other for forever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God, what is Aaron? Well, I mean, give me some of your insights.
No. This is a surprise question for you. You're the one that wanted people to get to know us better. So for this episode,
we got to get him on this podcast. But I think Aaron would be the comic relief slacker stoner character. Gosh, Jake, it's like the straight edge character, like what's his name from My Hero Academia, the one with the jet legs.
Oh, yeah. Here, let's do this. We both watch Naruto, right? We know Naruto characters. Compare them to Naruto characters. Let's do that. So start with you.
Okay, let me restart. Okay. God. I don't know. I don't know what I would be because I'm so lame.
Choji.
Yeah, probably because I like snacks. God, this is really hard because I don't want to like say something and be like, I'm nothing like that. Kind of like Mrs. Puff when she gets the picture from SpongeBob and it's just okay, let me think long and hard about this. I feel like you and I are probably like Kakashi and Might Guy,
Oh yeah.
like we have very definitive not rivalry but like brotherly kind of back and forth, I feel like.
Okay.
And let's see, Aaron is kind of a mystery to me because he's
wait, hang on, am I Kakashi or am I Might Guy?
I mean, who has bigger eyebrows? I'll do Mike guy. I'll look good in a jumpsuit.
Spandex.
Kakashi. Let's see. It's really hard because I'm trying my best to like compartmentalize some of these guys because I mean we've been through so many adventures and it's hard. Aaron would be, I think Shikamaru.
Okay.
The
Explain.
least amount of effort to get something done.
Okay.
And
Okay.
he's also wicked smart too, you know?
Hmm.
I mean, what is he graduated college, right? With a something in technology.
Yeah, yeah. Aaron graduated with an IT degree, basically.
Yeah. I don't want to give too much away either because it'd
Yeah,
be great to have them come on and explain themselves.
yeah.
Um, okay, so yeah, Aaron Shikamaru, Jake. I don't know. To me, Jake has always been really funny and then also very stoic sometimes, you know?
Hmm.
So what would be a good character for that? Hmm. Dang. There's a lot of Naruto characters I'm thinking about.
There are there are an absurd amount of Naruto characters.
Yeah. I think maybe Jake would be the first Hokage.
The first Hokage.
Yeah, like this is my list, so I'm gonna stick with it. Because the first Hokage, he goes from, you know, making jokes, but when things get serious, I feel like Jake is the one that really stands out and can get shit done, you know?
Hmm.
Um,
Okay.
I mean, there's it's so hard because we're all kind of nuanced. So I'm just kind of taking broad strokes, not to like, you know, shame anybody. But yeah, yeah, first Hokage, I think fits Jake really well. Very stoic, gets shit done, but knows how to laugh. Knows how to have fun.
Hmm.
And I got you and me, Jeremy. That's a good one. Hmm. Well, as of right now, just to give me some seconds to think, what do you think about the rating so far? Pretty accurate, or like what would you tweak so far?
So I would say my only critique would be the first Hokage with Jake. I think you're on I think you're on the right path, but I think you just named off like he's basically considered one of the gods of the shinobi world, and you're
That's
fucking
true.
just ended him out. Like,
Well, I think personality wise, like obviously, you know, here we're all on equal footing. Um, yeah, yeah. I'm just you know, if we had to fit archetypes, I guess, not
okay,
necessarily like power levels or like um yeah, because then I'd be Madara and
fine then. You can be Madara, but I'll still be stage mode Naruto, and like your punch would still feel like Chris Rock getting slapped by fucking Will Smith.
no. Uh yeah, no, I mean it's fun to do archetypes, but I mean we've been through so many adventures together. It's hard because you know sometimes we've been super mischievous, and other times we're too straight laced for our own good.
Mhm.
And yeah, it's hard to surmise all our friendship and also 800 plus episodes characters. But no, that's a good thought exercise.
Yeah, I feel like some of us would do better. I feel like out of our group of friends, only me and you can really relate to the anime portion of things.
Mhm.
Jake definitely almost never watches anime. Aaron watched anime a little bit in high school, but I'm pretty sure he's slowed down quite a bit.
Mhm.
And then Jeremy and Sean never really watched anime.
Yeah. It we need to get them on here and get
Yeah.
their opinions because
Yep.
I don't want to put anyone in a corner and be like, "Ha."
um, but anyway, I don't know. I just thought about that thought exercise and wanted to bring that up. But we do have one more thing we wanted to discuss. So a lot of our hobbies are at the point they're at due to financial restraints and stuff. Like, I'm pretty sure I would have a lot more Yu-Gi-Oh cards if I was a millionaire. So that's my question to you. If money wasn't an issue and you could buy all the nerdy things you want, what's the one thing you would make sure that you blew your first couple thousand on? Like what? Like off the top of your head, if you had infinite money, what would you go do right now?
I would get, and again, if money isn't an object at this point, I'll get a gold-plated a gold-plated picture frame with all of the original Pokemon cards, like the very first base set. And I would love to get a picture with the Ken Sugimori, and then have that like in the center and have like all the cards around it. Because again, I love those cards. I've always wanted, to collect them all at that point, and to get a signature and a picture with the creator of that kind of artwork, I think would be, again, not only an experience, but also kind of like a crowning achievement, like starting from the start. Yeah. What about you?
Okay, so I would immediately go out and blow money on the highest graded versions of each like major card and every key issue of comics. So actually, this gives me a perfect segue to show this off, because the last time I showed this off, the camera wasn't rolling. So this is my only graded comic, but I started collecting comics recently, and this is the Amazing Spider-Man number 120 at a 6.5. So this issue came out in May of 1973. But anyway, so I would get like the first edition holographic Charizard, the highest grading I could find, 9 or 10. LOB first edition, Legend of Blue Eyes first edition, Blue Eyes White Dragon. Same with Dark Magician. All of them at the highest grading I could. I wouldn't care how much money it was, because like we said, money isn't an object. And I would just plaster my walls with these that I purchased.
Yeah, just a wall of money.
Yeah, pretty much. Like if the house ever caught fire, like or something, I'd be screwed.
Yeah, well, it'd be cool.
Between saving the dog, the baby, the wife, or the collectibles, I don't need anyone else in my life.
Stuff in your pockets. Sorry, Ruby. It's what you would have wanted. No.
Exactly. Who's going to question me? She's not here anymore, so.
Her last words were, "Save the cards," Yeah. No, but yeah, I definitely agree. Like collecting and doing all of this has been a real good adventure, honestly. And I think when we started this company, it brought us a lot closer together.
Yeah, like it kind of felt like, I don't know about you, but it felt like for the first time in our friendship that we were all on equal footing. There wasn't anyone that had even a minor advantage.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Like, because it was new for all of us. Like, even though I had card knowledge, I know nothing about running a business, And even though you might be creatively inclined, once again, you know nothing about the card stuff, or you know nothing about the business end of things. We all came with our own strengths, but we were all newbies at something also.
We assembled like Voltron to create one big robot. And I think that's what really benefits us, is that we're all passionate, and we all equally pitched in, and we made something happen. And I don't know, it's like I always thought of you guys as brothers, because I was always the older brother of my sister. But when I went to high school, I always saw you guys as like, not just my best friends, but my brothers, because we fought, we argued, but at the end of the day, we still had each other. And the fact that we can open up a company like this and do what we do, it's pretty remarkable, man.
Dude, it's been almost 20 years for you and me.
Isn't that freaking
Like
wild?
fucking 2 decades almost. Like what? I met you when we were like 13 or something.
Yeah, geez, I'm turning 30 this year. Oh,
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna be 31 in a month.
oh,
Like a month and 3 days. Yeah, July 16th. So
I
like,
got
you know, oh man, dude. But yeah, no. Same though, same with the whole like brothers. You know, I'm the youngest out of 5 kids, and the next closest to me is 15 years older. So like I basically grew up as an only child for you know, for argument's sake. Um, but you know, I mean, shit, dude. Like, I dropped out of college because I missed you guys, and I wanted to move back to Sonoma County. So I was like, fuck it.
yeah, and I mean, some of the most tentative and funniest times happened when we had all that apartment.
Yep, yep,
So no, I'm glad that we're. I mean, I know we're all growing up and having to do different things, but I'm glad that we have this and that we can share it with the people too.
yeah. Oh man. Well, it's that time again, folks, where we have taken up enough of each other's time as well as enough of your time. And I have to give out my shout out again. Post Malone, hit me up. Come onto the channel and I don't know, we'll play Magic the Gathering or something. I'll send Chris a deck also and we'll play online.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, we'll play some Commander or something, dude. But yeah, so post senpai, notice me.
Like the thumbnail.
Chris, right? That thumbnail was gold.
But yeah, honestly, guys, go ahead and comment. I'm really curious if you guys were gym leaders, what typing would it be? And then also what mechanic would you want in your gym? Honestly, there's so much that hasn't been done in Pokemon, and it'd be exciting to see what you guys think.
And this is the puppy. Hello. Hello. Get on camera.
Oh.
So just thought you'd like to end seeing my dog. But yeah, so peace out, Girl Scouts.